Hello, folks. Welcome to Ezoic Blogging 101. This week, I wanted to share with you what I believe is the most important factor to success with Ezoic. And what that is a proper setup with Ezoic. And by setup, I mean placeholder setup. Placeholder, if you don't know what that term means, is a term on how we define locations where an ad can display on an Ezoic version of the site. So this example right here, Small Biz Trends, is a perfect example. When they began using Ezoic back in 2018, they were fairly hesitant about testing alternative locations and sizes to what they were used to because they did not realize that Ezoic factors in user experience with revenue. So they figured, let's use a similar setup to what we currently have in AdSense, as we've been using that for a long time. After working with them for a little while, we were able to talk about using alternative positions. And what I mean by that is they have a placeholder here above this image and below the title right here. This is called 178. So they had one position on their site with AdSense. With Ezoic, we said, hey, we don't need to put in more ads, but we can give new opportunities to test. So instead of always showing an ad above this image, we can show an ad below that image, which is 179. And the unique distinction here is they are both the same under page title classification, which means Ezoic will never show both of these at the same time. It will choose either the one at the top, the one below the image, or none at all. But it's not going to show both ever. And it's going to, ultimately, the benefit is it's going to give you more options than just showing one single size in one location for all users. Ezoic can adjust not only the size for each user, but also, hey, should we show a different location below the image rather than above the image? And this kind of setup is really mirrored down the entire site. They have a few of these colors that are the same position to allow for more testing opportunities, as you will see within the content. And what does this all actually translate to is when we open their Ezoic account, you will see this was back in 2018 when they first began and didn't want to test a whole lot of opportunities. Their EPMV hovered in the $4 to $5 range. But pretty much overnight, after our team's recommendations, their EPMV tripled to $15 and then grew to $20. And they've seen continued remarkable success from that. And in terms of earnings, jumped from $10 to $20 a day to, well, excuse me, $100 to $200 a day to nearly $1,000 a day. So this site had tremendous results by following our methodology and getting a good setup. So if you get a good setup from the start, then you will have success with Ezoic. Reach out to your account manager if you have questions and you're not sure how to set up your site for success. But ultimately, using more placeholders and different options and locations and sizes will lead you to success with Ezoic. Thank you, and stay tuned for the next session